I'm back. I am back, and I got some beautiful views to show you. Oh my goodness, some beautiful views. Listen, guys, I had to go back to this one, right? So obviously, let me preface a little bit of a storyline here, right? Obviously, earlier, a lot of people, man, they really don't like it when you train like a maniac at the gym because it often scares them, this, that, and the other. But anyways, before we got into that, I had a little bit of what do you call it? Had a little bit of an interaction regarding um, what do you call it? Regarding the sauna, and we were talking about Venezuela, right? So we kind of want to continue with that. Let me show you guys some beautiful views before we get the live stream going. There's not really a lot of people in here right now, so all right, let's try and see what we can do here real quick. Oh my goodness, did I monetize this by any chance? Okay, you know what? We'll make this a members only exclusive, right? Just my thoughts on Venezuela. Look, I gotta tell you, if they can do this to Venezuela, they can do this to other countries. Okay, Burkina Faso is one of those countries that could be on the list. For those of you that don't know anything about the country, Burkina Faso, right? The interesting fact about this country is that they are, how do I say this, anti-imperialist. They kicked out the French. They have a president by the name of Ibrahim Touri who managed to get rid of all the foreign influences out of Burkina Faso. And for those of you that don't know where Burkina Faso is, I urge you to take a look at it in the map. It is located in Africa. Okay. And what's significant about that country is they have a very radical leader, right? Maduro. I don't know how radical you can really claim he is, although to the standards of American imperialism, I would probably say that, yeah, he is rather hostile, right? Considering that he doesn't like Israel. So he doesn't like Israel, right? Uh, he doesn't like the United States in extension to that. He also doesn't like anyone else that's allies with them. So it became a problem. On top of that, the United States was buying oil off of him. And that was a problem. You want to know why that was a problem? I'll tell you why. The reason it was a problem for the United States to buy oil off of Venezuela was because they were helping and influencing a dictator that was unfavorable towards their circumstances in the Middle East and in Latin America. Venezuela has managed to make allies with Hamas. He says, go get some Dave's hot chicken. It's good for you. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I don't know exactly where Dave's hot chicken is or if they even have something like that in California, but thank you for the recommendation. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what part of the world you are from because Dave's hot chicken doesn't sound all that familiar with me. We do have El Pollo Loco in California. We do have KFC like everywhere else. There's this thing called Nando's in the UK. Yeah, a whole bunch of different chicken places, but I never heard of Dave's Hot Chicken. I've heard of Chick-fil-A, but that's about it. All right, so going back to Maduro, what you guys need to understand is that Maduro is against all American interests, whether you like it or not. And I'm being very fair and objective about this, right? I'm not saying that I'm for it or against it. I'm just letting you know that when you go up against U.S. interest, you're going to get toppled. Look, the economy of the United States is really bad right now. And it all starts with gas. You see, when you don't have the proper ability to pay for gas, your reasoning of trying to go out, trying to, let's say, expend more gas to go to the mall or go to water parks or to go to amusement parks, a lot of these take gas. I live in Sacramento, California. 7 hours drive for me is LA, and it takes money and gas to do that. Now, I love LA. I love spending time in Santa Monica. I love spending time in Universal Studios, the hotels there, all of that. And then there are other places as well that I dare not mention that I enjoy about Los Angeles, California, that is not for internet consumption. But I tell you what, when it comes to traveling or having to, let's say, network in places, if you are a content creator or if you are in some kind of independent business of some sort, it takes gas to do that. And the fact that it takes gas to do that, you would think there is prime motivation for the president of the United States to take action in this particular matter. But why now? Because I told you the US needs gas money, and instead of fattening and enriching somebody like Maduro, this is what they have to do. 937. I don't know exactly who that is. You're going to have to, yeah, you're going to have to elaborate on who that is. I don't know who that is. He says they have them in California. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for that, Cryo. Thanks for that. Drizzy Goat says, "What's up, bro? Picks for Patty Kayla O'Malley fights." Oh man, we're gonna get to those in some other time, right? There is a reason why I literally titled this just off the cuff, the title that it's at right now, right? There is a reason why, because I just wanted to specifically, oh, what is that, Ken? 3409 Arden Way. Okay, what is that? Is that where Dave's chicken is? Let me know. He says China's arguing it violates international law, mainly Article 2, Chapter 4 of the UN Charter. All right. Well, thank you for that information. Not middle. Very interesting name. Yeah, so the 3409 Arden Way, what exactly is that? Is that where Dave's chicken is in Sacramento? If so, let me know. But thank you for the recommendation. I do have food coming in the way right now, but uh, it's not necessarily Dave's chicken, but you know, it is well, Asian cuisine at best. So it's a restaurant. Okay. Get yourself a burger meal, bro. Get the carbs. Oh, okay, yes, that is in reference to my workout that I did earlier. He says, "LOL, is there a movie that predicted this chat?" Huh? No. I don't think there is a movie that predicted this chat. But wow, man, you know, we seem to have a whole lot of people around the world that are tapping in right now. Man, yeah, man, shout out to everybody right now. He says, "What is the best burger joints in the world?" He says, "Your microphone is haram." Why do you say that? Am I having bad audio or what? Let me know. Let me know if I'm having bad audio or if you can hear me right now. Isn't In-N-Out closing a bunch of locations in Cali to move east because Cali is just doing Cali things? He says, yes, bad audio. Okay, but can you hear me though? And can you hear what I just said? He says, love it, Michael Whitmore. Shout out to Michael Whitmore. Yeah, so let me know because I want to go on this, on this rant about Venezuela because I think I have an interesting take on this particular matter. And of course, that is why we are all here. Now, we will continue all of our MMA conversations as time permits. But for now, oh, can't hear you. Oh my God. Okay. He says politics is trash, bro. 80-year-old bum is in charge. LOL. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. We're back. The audio goes in and out. Let me know now if you can hear the audio. Says Gen X In-N-Out is moving out of California. Fixed. Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, so let's get cracking on this. I'm at a beautiful park right now, and I just wanted to kind of show you guys where I'm at. Yeah, man, very beautiful scenery we had earlier. Okay, so all right, back at it. Here we go. All right, so here's a couple of things I need to tell you about Venezuela. Right, obviously this was deliberate on the part of the United States because you have to understand that the United States at the current moment in time right now is in a state of destitution. Okay, as I explained to you guys, Americans need oil. Now, do not be surprised if the prices of oil start dwindling down because of the fact that we seize their whole entire assets and their whole entire infrastructure of oil and other reproductions of material that the United States can use at some point. He says, "Do you know about El-Kheer or not?" No, I have no idea of who that is, my man. You're gonna have to, yeah, you're gonna have to refresh my mind exactly who that is. He says, "Fix your audio, Muhammad." He says, "We can barely hear you." How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? He says, "Can't." How about now? Okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna put on the headphones. Okay, so it's good now. Okay, all right. So just making sure that it's good. Okay. Okay. Are you sure? Are you sure everything is good right now? He says it's windy, but we can hear. Okay. Okay. Good. All right. That's what it is. It is windy. I'm at yeah. I'm outside of the nature, so I think that is going to come with the territory. All right. So let's go for a little bit of some walk right now near this uh Sacramento area right now. Okay, let me get this going right here. All right. He says that the audio isn't very clear. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the headsets out. All right. All right, hold that right now. I'm going to just clear the audio right now. There is, bro, the audio is back. Okay, perfect. Good. All right, so let's okay, so the audio is back now. Okay, good. Good to do this. So, going back to what I was saying about Venezuela, right? You guys have to understand that right now the price of oil is important in the United States in order to boost the economy. I need you to understand this. Think about this. There are people out there who own trucking companies, right? For example, many of them, the amount of trips that, let's say, they need for the transportation a certain amount of maybe say goods to. As a result of that, guess what? Many Americans are opting to use their cars, right? A lot of Americans are not out there right now, let's say, using their vehicle to travel to places, to go to amusement parks, and things of that nature, because the price of oil is just way too stagnant. So as a result of all of that, what you have is a stagnant economy in the United States right now. So something has to give. What exactly needs to give? Well, what needs to give is the fact that Donald Trump sees a business opportunity. He notices Maduro is very weak. Well, how do you figure this? Take a look at how his military just got overran so easily. Okay, and it was using small tactical teams of CIA agents and maybe even some Green Berets working with local rebel groups in the area in order to neutralize and nullify all the powers that Maduro has going on. Meanwhile, here's Maduro in 2018 doing videos with Salt Bay. Okay? Just absolutely dropping the ball. And then here comes the hungry United States realizing that they need to do something. He says, look at your comments. He says, imagine the mic is on a corded piece, the dragging on the gravel behind. Okay. He says, can't hear. Oh, okay. Stop the drugs. Okay. I don't. It says, bro, shut off your microphone. Shut off your headphones, microphone. I think that's probably a good idea, huh? Okay. He says, I didn't realize there was really any gravel. Okay, let me try this. Let me turn this off. Okay, so we're good. We can hear you now. Okay. That's because I guess I was walking. That's why I was like walking in this. Okay. So take a look at this, guys. Right here. He says when you walk you can't hear. Okay, good. So what I'll do is I'll just stay right here. He says, what do you think we're going to do? What do you think we're going to do to the Somalians? The Somalians. Well, here's the thing about the Somalians you have to understand, right? They are a very tribal and clan-like people. In other words, they only have empathy for their own clan and their own people, and then sometimes that extends to religion. If let's say they have a certain ethos, or let's say worldwide Khalifa type of Islam, right? But ultimately, the majority of Somalis tend to fall under the tribal and clan politics that goes into their region. So they don't feel bad scamming you Americans. And that is the reality of it. Okay, let me say this again. The Somalians, the reason why they don't care about scamming Americans and scamming the American government is because they are a clan like people. And as a result of that, they don't care who they hurt outside of their clan. And guess what? The Prophet Muhammad spoke out against tribalism, right? Tribalism is a very nasty thing to get into, and it's very nasty politics. He says, we are so far off the reservation. He says he is cleaning up. He is cleaning up. Okay. He says, bro, stop using the headphones. He says, fool me once, shame on you, fool me again, you get fooled again. He says, obviously, bro. He says, I'm not Indian, I never was on the res. Okay. Can you dip in the water? No, I will not. I will not dip in the water. Sorry to disappoint you. That is not what I am going to do. He says, your mic is bad. I'm so sorry about the mic being bad, my man. Obviously, it's being outside and this and that. So, um, let me see if I turn off the mic, the headphones mic. Maybe you guys are right. Okay, how about now? There is no more headphone microphone right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me right now. Oh wait, no, is it? Is it off or no? It's still on. Okay. How about now? Can you guys hear me better? Oh, the gravel you are walking on. Okay, can you guys hear me? Better. Okay. Sounds better there. Okay. So, did you guys hear the part that I said about the Somalians? If not, I'll repeat it again. Okay, so guys, here's something you got to understand about Somalians, right? Somalians are very tribal people, and they are also the type of people that cling on to their clans and their clan politics. So that means they don't care about scamming you Americans. That's really what it comes down to. The Somalians don't care about scamming Americans because you are not part of their tribe. Maybe you're not part of their religion, right? In that case, the U.S. government, they sort of see the U.S. government as somewhat of a nuisance. You guys remember what happened in Mogadishu in the early 90s when the U.S. Rangers went there, right? Now, obviously, it really messed up a lot of Rangers that deployed to that part of the world. However, the Rangers also did a number of killings when it came to the Somalis. Because remember, war is not a pretty aspect of life. It really isn't. It's not pretty. And you need to understand that. As a result of that being not pretty, you also got to understand that what's going on with Maduro and Trump right now are no different than that. Somebody in the chat asked me if I was a fan of Trump. Here's what I will say. That's a very good question, right? And I'm going to answer to it like this. I like Trump in a sense of the fact that he goes out and he markets the UFC and MMA, which is great for my channel. Okay. I like this. I enjoy this about Trump. He's very enthusiastic about the UFC. You got to love this about that man, right? And I absolutely appreciate it. But when it comes to politics, I think there's a lot of performative cruelty that he plays into. There's a lot of just outrageous comments that, let's say, a normal politician would never really say. And that is on brand with Donald Trump. He is the guy that everybody needs in this tough time right now when it comes to tough love. Because what the country is going through right now is a serious political transition. And as a result of that, well, this is what Trump has to do. He has to be the tough dad, okay, that gives tough love. You understand? He says, "You don't fly planes, do you?" No, I do not. What makes you say that? He says, "May police be upon you." Okay, that's kind of weird. He says, "I just had a burrito." He's not a politician. Yes, leaving Cali. Okay, that's. He says, "What ethnicity is this guy? Is he Pacific Islander?" I'm half Arabic and half Pacific Islander, to be exact. Joker's Wild. Shout out to you. Let me know what part of the world you are from. And then we have a bunch of trolls in the chat. Obviously, that is just, the part of, having a lot of people on the channel. But okay, so listen, here's something you guys also have to understand as well, right? What is this? He says, stop trolling. Trump will be extra good father to this country. Okay, so going back to what I was basically saying, right? Now, Trump, that is what is needed in America right now. Now, look, I think there is no right way of becoming or doing the job of the president. It is virtually impossible. Now, if you're the type of president that, let's say, cares about education, if you remember in the 90s, one of the biggest things that Bill Clinton went after was education in a very positive manner, right? So he concentrated on that. He didn't concentrate a lot on foreign affairs or foreign wars, although there was one situation in Sarajevo in Bosnia during his time where he could have stepped in, sent special forces to help the Muslims not get slaughtered by the Serbians. But Bill Clinton chose not to do that. Instead, his focus was on domestic education at the time. Well, right now, Trump's focus has to literally be about every subject: the economy, military. And then on top of that, how are you going to deal with the fact that a lot of people don't want to go out and drive? Well, guess what? This is exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to go to Venezuela, take their oil, stop letting this Maduro guy get rich, and as a result of that, give the American economy a better chance to prosper. But I am telling you guys the truth. I'm not here to tell you the one side of the argument, right? Because here's the thing. America needs to build their economy up. But how do you do that? Well, guess what? Daddy Trump, as in his moniker of this live stream, okay, he has to go and be the father. What do fathers do? They're overprotective. Hey, what is your daughter going over there hanging out with these gangbangers or this, that, and the other? We need to go fix that. Okay, so what do? You go and you take action. This is what Trump is doing. He has taken action by showing you guys, hey, you know what? We need to go put a stop to this Maduro guy. How do we do that? Well, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to destroy his infrastructure because we know that he's weak. And here's something that you street dudes really understand about this dynamic, right? When you know somebody is weak and you know somebody doesn't have the strength to fight or doesn't have the will to fight, that's when you come in and swipe them right in their neck. That is what you do, okay? And that is the reason why Maduro got picked up so quickly, because he got caught slipping. Trump, on the other hand, was out for blood all around the world. A bunch of service guys dies in Syria after the Syrian government had given their trust to Trump. And now Trump feels like a failure and now wants to overcompensate. And this is the reason why you see what you see. But here's something you got to understand. It does not mean that this can't end bad for Trump or Secretary of War or Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. It could end very bad because they could potentially get charged with international crimes. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to talk to you guys about privilege. There's people out there that can get away with crimes more than others. For example, there are rappers out there that can basically bust somebody down in the street and then get out in a couple of weeks because they got the right lawyers and the right connections to put them in that position. Whereas with Trump, he can get away with everything. He's not the local politician. He's not the mayor, because I know some mayors in the Bay Area of Oakland that have gotten locked up due to corruption. Okay? They are just mayors. They are just municipality level politicians. But when you are Trump and you have the influence of the world, it doesn't matter what the UN says or what the international court says, you can bypass that. And indicative of that is what happened with George Bush. Where is George Bush's entire indictment? Never happened. You want to know why? Because some people just get away with things. Just like the rappers who got all the money and got all the lawyers behind them, as opposed to just some broke gangbanger from a city, South Central to Stockton to Fresno to wherever. All right, let's see. He says smoke break. He says liked and supported. He says it's just being American. We are weak inside. We are letting too many crimes go unpunished. And guess what? Trump I don't know what Maduro did, but I think it has something to do with supporting Iran. And then on top of that, you also have to understand they are a very anti-imperialistic force. You can't blame them. You have to fight for the interests of your own people, right? Okay, now what? Lucid. He says, Lucid. Okay, now. So it was a crime. So there it is, man. So Mad says that it was a crime what Trump and Pete Hegseth did. But here's the thing. What are you going to do about it? Trump, I'm sorry, what's his name? George Bush committed a crime, but nobody did anything about it. All right, let's walk a little bit, and then we'll talk some more. Okay, let me show you guys the nature of Sacramento right now as the sun is going down. Wow, what a beautiful way to live stream. Now, isn't this beautiful, guys? This is just so random. I didn't even have any thumbnail for this, didn't have a description. I just wrote a title of this particular subject that I want to talk about. And then you guys are here popping up from around the world. I'm really flabbergasted by the love that all of you are giving me around the world right now. Fellowship God says he took the military control of his country after his term. Okay. It's about what we're going to do about it. 109 people watching. Wow. Yeah, I know. Man, thank you so much. All the support around the world, man. And you know what? It was a very random stream. I didn't even have any intention of really making anything of it. But here's the sun going down. How beautiful is that? And then on the other side, you got the city of Sacramento right there. The algorithm is nuts tonight. It is, man. It is. And you know what? And I took full advantage of the algorithm on that one, man. 131 people in here right now. All right, guys. He says, just pray for peace is all I can do. Yes. Very good point, man. Very good point. Speaking of peace, this is some beautiful peace right here. So, as I was saying, Americans need to go out and travel. Okay. A lot of Americans are not willing to travel because they don't have enough gas money. Okay. And as a result of lacking the gas money, the Delta, yes, it is. It is the Delta. Very good. Yes, you know your location in Sacramento, my man. You definitely know your location. And look how purple the sky is getting right now. Man, this has got to be the greatest stream that I have ever done. And shout out to everyone around the world that is tapping in, man. I am so thankful for everybody that's in here right now, man. You know, but unfortunately, yeah, we're probably going to end this live stream soon because I didn't really plan on staying this long. But yeah, I wanted to give you some thoughts that I have of this particular subject matter at hand, right? The economy of the United States is on a decline. How do you do that? How do you revamp from that? You go and take other people's resources. Maduro has gotten soft with his defense. He never built up his military. He never did anything with the budgets when it came to his defense, and now he's paying for it. So let that be a lesson in the combat sports realm of things, right? When you go out and don't take care of yourself or your defense or building yourself into a machine, the other war machine is going to come after you when you're slipping. And that's exactly what happened. Objectively speaking, whether you are for the United States or against the United States, whether you are for Maduro or against Maduro, that right there is something that you have to understand in the most objective terms. He said he had such a young white man's voice, or so they say. Yes, they say that about me. Yes. They say that my face does not match my voice, but you know what? That is what makes me a unique streamer in that note. So with that note, listen, I think that's the best way to really go out like that. 35 minutes of a live stream. That was good enough. It's getting dark out here in Sacramento right now. So shout out to everybody. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Also, go on my members chat only, right? Because join. It is literally cheap, like $1 a month. I give you some of the most exclusive content and some of the craziest takes, not only in MMA, but in the world of politics. You guys got to check it out. I got the most epic content that you will ever hear in the world of MMA, inshallah. I will see you guys in the next one. Let me read this. See you on the next live, people. Yup. And we got new supporters that are going to pull up for the live next time. Cryo says, when informed that an investigation had begun, a random individual broke in, stole employee information, client records, and all receipts. Nothing sus here at the hearing. Okay. Bye, sir. Ignore my frames. Okay. Also be informed, people. We should not be surprised. It's all about the oil. Yes. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much, hate and love. Thank you for all my supporters and all my moderators in here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.